All right. This was really a wonderful case, a wonderful thing here. So you came in with major vision impairment, heart pain, rib pain, like the heart would defibrillate, whole body inflammation, and that's just the parts that are the symptoms that are debilitating. You've got so many other symptoms that it really does get confounding. But this is what we found. So typically we're finding is that people will have an injury, and because they're atypical, they have a vascular anomaly or anatomical variant, that you're just going to slip through the cracks just because it takes too much time to work up the problem. And we just threw a lot of time at it these last 3 days to figure it out. That's kind of what it was. All right, so this is what your doctors were up against that was too confounding, apparently. Anyway, here we look at you. You're lying down in the scanner, and you lean quite a bit to the right. When you're weight bearing, you go just as far in the other direction, if not further. So we end up having a spastic torticollis that's in play that seems to be secondary to a brainstem injury. They've worked you up for stroke. As a matter of fact, I think the title of this video should be Stroke Symptoms Without a Stroke. A lot of stroke symptoms. Anyway, it seems as though this is how it's looking. You have a dominant vertebral artery on the left, very dominant, a hypoplastic vertebral artery on the right. You were born, or you've got some sort of a reaction to an injury where you have a massive calcification on the left side of the atlas. And that is playing out in a way that makes your atlas move in a way that you can't get it to go that way without having a mechanical advantage of a rock in there displacing it. So your atlas displaces quite a bit to the right, and interestingly enough, this is causing it to go anterior. Now we noticed that you're making a big dent in your skull there where this rock hits, for lack of a better description, and drives you and causes a distortion and stroke-like symptoms. So here we have a vertebral artery on the left. Some would call it a dolicholectasia, calling it tortuous. Either way, it's making contact with your brainstem in through there. There are certain tracks, pressure on some of the tracks in there that would explain it. Some of the funny symptoms you do have. Good news is we got it to go away, or marked improvement with the adjustment. What normal anatomy is, this blood supply going to the midbrain and back of the brain is there's a redundancy system, so it comes from both sides. In this case, it doesn't come from both sides, it's just one side. And it acts like a space occupying problem. That's kind of the big moving parts there. So yeah, we come over here and look at the venous phase. We did find some scar tissue in through there. We kind of broke that up to try to help with the drainage. You're very acutely aware of the dilated jugular vein on the right side. You can feel swelling, and of course, you do feel the backup of pressure in the head, and actually you can get a little boggy where the fluid kind of builds up, and you're acutely aware of that. So what did we do to actually dramatically change your symptoms so that you're better than you have been in a while? Well, we adjusted this atlas. I mean, yeah, we went into your soft tissues of your neck a little bit, but really the main thing was adjusting this atlas. So here we're looking from the bottom up, and we can see that the atlas has gone forward on the left. So that, coupled with the very dominant vertebral artery, is giving you these funny stroke-like symptoms. We adjusted you from the left in a very unique vector, and it turns you on like a light switch. So the trapezius that really tightens up on the right, got that to release. So again, we should show the pictures of the torticollis, because you basically have a torticollis that shifts from left to right, whether you're weight bearing or lying down. It's really a phenomenon to see how far you zig to the right or zag to the left, whether you're lying down or upright. So here you are lying down, going off to one side. People look at some of these asymmetries in here, but they're all secondary to the issues that we're seeing with this anatomical variant. Yeah, left head rotation, right head rotation. I'll leave it up there for a second for people to look at. Yeah, the hyoid was completely crooked. We went after that a little bit, but really it was the atlas adjustment. The other, you did have a seatbelt injury where it put a massive stripe on your skin there. And here we are seeing that this first rib on the left is sliding up and back, whether you turn your head to the left or the right. The one on the right is normal, maintains its normal position. This one goes up and back, up and down, up and down. And the scalenes, muscles attached there, so people have a bobblehead type of thing. But really, yours was coming from the brainstem primarily. Although that's not good to have, and we want somebody to tighten that up. Yeah, so we went down the path of looking at some of the funny anatomical changes and the structural changes in there, but they seem to be moving quite nicely, left and right head rotation. Really nothing, I don't want to say nothing to do, but the vertebral arteries having that atypical vertebral basilar system is what kind of gave you some funny symptoms there. Yeah, the scalenes. So let's take a look over here. So we already showed how you go to the right when you're lying down. So this is a before and after adjustment. On the left, this is what he looks like when he's upright. He just lists way over to the left. After the adjustment, you can see he's listing much less. And when he's lying down, it goes the exact opposite direction. We had to check them, see if our markers were wrong, but it's like a spastic torticollis secondary to a nasty atlas subluxation because of that vertebral artery. Any questions, anything you want me to talk about, something I missed?
Just very impressed by your findings because I've been struggling with all these symptoms for years and nobody ever really get anywhere close to explaining to finding out something that might justify those symptoms. So you're actually one of the few, the only person in fact, that is pointing to the direction where I can finally understand what's going on with me and the possibility of healing or at least improving my symptoms to the extent where I can move on with my life without having anything to worry about. Thank you, doctor.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm so glad I met you. Thank you.
I'm glad you're feeling better already.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.